The show was supposed to end with a signature, but instead, it ended with a statement that shook everything. On Monday Night Raw, the contract signing between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu wasn't just another formality before a big match. It was the moment everything changed. Because going into this segment, there was already tension. Real tension. The kind that doesn't need to be forced. The kind that comes from pride, from legacy, from family. And when those things collide inside a WWE ring, it never stays calm for long. The cameras cut to the arena, and you could feel it immediately. The energy wasn't normal. The crowd wasn't just waiting, they were anticipating something. They knew something was coming. And then, Roman Reigns' music hit. Slow, powerful, dominant. The reaction was massive. Roman stepped out onto the stage, not rushing, not reacting emotionally, just walking with that same calm authority that has defined him for years. Every step measured, every movement controlled. Because in Roman's mind, this wasn't chaos. This was control. This was his kingdom. He walked down the ramp like a man who had already won. Like the contract sitting in that ring was just another piece of paperwork confirming what he already believed, that he was untouchable. When Roman stepped into the ring, he didn't look around nervously. He didn't hesitate. He took his place at the table like a king sitting on his throne. The contract was right there in front of him. But he didn't sign it. Not yet. Instead, Roman slowly picked up the microphone. And, just like that, the arena went quiet. Because everyone knew what was coming. Roman doesn't just talk. He controls the narrative. He looked down at the contract, then back up, and began to speak. He talked about dominance. About how long he's been at the top. About how every challenger who steps into his world thinks they're different, thinks they're the one, until reality hits them. Then his tone shifted. He started talking about family. Because this wasn't just another opponent. This was Jacob Fatu. And Roman made it clear, this wasn't about respect. This was about hierarchy. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't get emotional. That's what made it more powerful. Roman spoke like a man who truly believed what he was saying, that no matter how dangerous Jacob Fatu might be, he was still beneath him. Still part of a system that Roman had already conquered. And then, the music hit. Jacob Fatu. No slow walk. No posing. No hesitation. He stormed onto the stage like a man already in a fight. The energy changed instantly. You could feel it. Roman stayed in the ring, watching. Calm on the outside, but focused. Because this wasn't like facing anyone else. Fatu made his way to the ring, not breaking eye contact for a second. No distractions. No playing to the crowd. Just pure, locked-in aggression. When he stepped into the ring, the tension hit another level. No words. No handshake. No respect. Just silence and pressure. Fatu looked at Roman. Roman looked back. Two completely different energies colliding in one space. Control versus chaos. Legacy versus hunger. The contract sat between them. And in that moment, it felt heavier than ever. Jacob Fatu didn't ask for a microphone. He didn't try to match Roman on the mic. Because that's not who he is. He doesn't talk to prove a point. He acts. He grabbed the contract, flipped through it for a second, and then signed it. Just like that. No hesitation. No fear. No second thoughts. He slammed the pen down onto the table, the sound echoing through the arena. And he didn't break eye contact. That alone told the entire story. He wasn't here to negotiate. He wasn't here to play mind games. He was here to fight. Roman watched it all. And for the first time, there was something different in his expression. Not fear, but awareness. He slowly picked up the contract. Took his time. Because Roman never rushes. He signed it calmly, almost casually. Like it didn't matter. Like the outcome was already decided. And just like that, it was official. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. But the moment that contract was signed, everything changed. There was no pause. No celebration. No respect. Because Jacob Fatu moved instantly. He exploded forward, catching Roman Reigns off guard with a brutal strike. The crowd erupted. Roman tried to respond, but Fatu didn't give him time. Punch after punch. Fast. Heavy. Relentless. This wasn't a traditional brawl. This was a storm. Roman fired back with shots of his own, trying to regain control, but every time he tried to create space, Fatu closed it instantly, driving him backward, overpowering him, breaking him down. And then, Fatu grabbed him by the throat. Everything slowed down for a second, because everyone knew what was coming. The Tongan death grip. Locked in. Tight. Unforgiving.